walk you through them. With 7, it's any outie. I don't have a common number in all of them. So I know I have 3 terms and a number bigger than 1, so it's the any outie. The only option for 5 is 5 and 1 or 1 and 5. I'll put my C's in. What numbers could give you 12?
4 and 9.
4 and 3, 6 and 2. I heard 4 and 3 first.
I did 12 and 1.
You tried what?
12 and 1.
You could try 12 and 1. I say try the closer numbers first. That sometimes usually works the best.
I also find that if you use the bigger numbers on the left side, it generally works more often than the other side.
I don't know. That might be. I never thought of it like that. So if I check these, my inner 2 numbers are going to give me 4. My outer 2 numbers are going to give me 15. Now, can 15 and 4 somehow give you 11?
Yes.
Yes. Now, the bigger number needs a positive sign. If you were looking at these numbers, which one's the bigger number?
4.
The 4. You can't look at those numbers. You have to look at these numbers. So the 4 and the 15, which one's the bigger number?
15.
The 15. So the 15 needs the positive. The 4 needs the negative. And remember, the bottom number sign goes here to give you the positive 3, because we know 5 times 3 is 15. And then the inner 2 numbers are going to get the negatives.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Just one more time. Okay, for the signs.
Okay.
Okay, the last number gets the positive because why?
Because 15 is the bigger number. Because we have to subtract 15 and 4 to get 11, but we need a positive 11. So the bigger number needs the positive sign. 15 is our bigger number, so it has to have the positive sign. But notice we don't have a 15 up here. So we have to think, how did we get the 15? We got it by saying 5 times 3. So the 3 gets the plus sign, so that gives you the positive 15. And the 4 will get the negative, so that would give you a negative 4. And then when you subtract them, it will give you the 11.
Could you just say that that the 15 gets the positive not because it's the bigger number, but because you're subtracting the 4s? So since you're subtracting the 4, it would be the negative.
Yeah, I mean, if you see it that
Same
way.
thing.
Yeah, same thing. I was just going by what the rules that we learned at the very beginning of the chapter.
On these, it doesn't matter if we write 1C plus 3 or and then 5C
No.
minus.
Again, you can pick them up and change them every single time. Pick them up and change them.
I don't need to, but I want to.
Yeah, you can.
That.
Not a big deal.
So when you find out it's 3 times 4, does that matter where it goes?
Yes, because if you had the 3 here and the 4 here, that would have given you 20 and 3, and that would have given you 11. So then you have to switch them until it actually gives you the 11. So yes, it does matter where you put the 4 and the 3, because if you reverse them, it's not going to work. All right, number 8, difference of squares. We need to write everything with a square. How would you rewrite 81?
9 squared.
9 squared. And remember I showed you on Thursday, when you have y to the 4th, you're going to write it like this. Y squared squared. So we know our exponent rules, 2 times 2 is just 4. So you can write it like that. Minus, how would you rewrite 16?
4 squared.
4 squared. So it's just like number 5. Then cross out your outside squares and your left with. Let's see here. We have 9y squared minus 4. And then you have to have its conjugate, which is 9y squared plus 4. So you're always going to have 2 pieces.
So I broke that one down even further to
Yes.
get rid of the square.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Then you say, ooh, she said if it was y to the 4th, not only can I break it down once, but you can do the process again. So look at this one here. If I wanted to break this down more, how could I rewrite 9?
3 squared.
3 squared. Y squared.
What if we left it that way?
And you're not done and you don't get full credit. And how would you break down the 4?
2 squared.
2 squared. So sometimes you can go further. Cross out your 2's. And what are you left with that time?
3y minus 2.
3y minus 2. Gotta have its conjugate in there, so 3y plus 2. So that was just breaking this first one down. This first set of parentheses broke down to 2 more pieces. What do you do with this one?
Nothing, you just drop it down.
You just drop it down. You cannot do difference of squares if there's a plus sign. That is a no-no. So we can't do anything with it, so you're just going to drop it down.
I'm sorry, AJ, you said that this was going to be one of the tougher problems for us just because we have to break it down one more
Again.
time.
No.
So if you see that, I guess when you got to the 9y, that you could break it down to 3.
Yes.
But also because it was, excuse me, the square to the 4.
Yes.
That's another
You could do
indicator
that.
that you have to keep going.
Right. Now, say this 9 was a 5. Then you can't go any further because you can't write 5 as a square. But I can have all of these as squares, so I know I can go.
So you really have to watch your numbers to see if
Your
they can
numbers.
be broken. Oh,
Correct. Chesley?
And these will also be easier on the exam, right? Because if it breaks down further, it'll be obvious because you'll have
Yes.
a multiple choice
Yes.
answer that's
Yes.
obviously that.
Yes, that does help. The only thing on a multiple choice test, and I might put it on this test or the next one just so you can start to see what it looks like, is the way they will word it is, name one of the factors of this problem. Say this was the problem on your final exam. They would give you this, and then they would only give you that one or that one, and just say which one is a factor. 5c minus 4, 8c plus 2, or 9c minus 5. And you got to pick which one is actually part of your answer. So sometimes they don't give you the whole answer. They'll only give you a piece and see if you know how to break it down. Because a lot of people on the final, they figured, well, I don't know how they didn't figure it out at the beginning, but they would give them that problem and then put all the answers, and then people would just FOIL it to see which one worked. So now they only give them one piece, but I'll show you what that looks like later. I'm not too concerned about it right now. But yeah, I think this is going to be your most challenging one. This one, if you want to make a note in 5.7, so that's the section we're in, it's like number 41. That's the last problem. So there's one
Number
And
8.
we don't break the 9y squared plus 4 because of the plus sign.
Plus sign. Yeah. Okay. You can make a note in 5.7. I don't even know what the problem was. It just says on mine, so I must have had reason for it. In 5.7, you can skip number 33. I don't know why. Apparently, I didn't like that one, but you do not have to do 33. I just have a little note on my top.